Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you an update. This is Eileen, the 1978 Volkswagen Westfalia camper van. In an earlier video we shared with you where we were doing a lot of the body work and the patches and metal work, and then we were showing you how we used a machine, the dent puller, to get most of the dents out. And then with our next stage, which is where we are right now, is we've been doing quite a bit of sandblasting on Eileen. So what I want to share with you is we have this old classic style hoist, which works out really well for us for jobs like this. So basically you can see it raises it up in the air. We've already sandblasted the back half of the van, and then we came around to this side and we raised it up and did this side. So what I like about these having this portable, because the sandblast is really messy and very dusty. So what we've done is we like to do it outside of the shop, and we've basically sprayed. You can see all the components look really nice right now. In terms of the suspension, there's still some parts that we're going to be cleaning by hand, but majority of the road grime, all of the previous incorrect repairs and products that were sprayed on top are now eliminated. We're down to this bare metal. There was sections that we had left because it had some body filler and stuff, but in the stronger areas, and then in the sections like here where it's more sensitive, we sanded them by hand. The nice thing is whenever you sandblast, it's going to expose any weak areas that you may not have seen. And here's one right here, which we were pretty certain because we saw the body filler was bubbled up previously. So that's an actual split or a crack, and that would explain why there's so much water staining in the floor on the back side of this, because this is where the spare tire bracket goes, and then the spare tire, and there's quite a bit of damage and really thick body filler in this front section, and lots of body filler here, and there is so much of the filler that it covered and changed where the location of this groove was. So now that we have this all sandblasted and clean, we can see that this is split open, so now we'll be able to weld all that closed and do the proper repair. Then we'll come down to the, or come over to this passenger side, and you can see where we sandblasted. So there's still quite a bit of sand here. What I wanted to do before we dropped it down on the ground is just share with you, because there's lots of nooks and crannies, and we wanted to make sure that we sandblasted in here where it's nice and strong. So it's all blasted here. You can see this quite a bit of sand. We'll shoot another video after we clean up all the sand, but we're really pleased with how well the floor turned out. I see there's another pinhole here in the floor. So after we clean all this up, we'll examine it closer to see where we may have to do some other patching or some additional metal work. But you can see inside the wheel well, we also did the outside rim of the tire, or of the rim I should say, and then inside the wheel well you can see we have majority of it. The residue that you see that's left is caulking from the factory, so we'll be removing that factory caulking to make sure it's sealed properly. And then as we come inside the van, you can see that we've done all around all of the windows, the back of the driver's seat, and all of the floor. So this doesn't look like it's been done, but we'll share with you, we'll remove all of this sand, and you can see we're all down to bare metal, and that's what we really want to have, because what we're going to do is make sure there isn't any more rust repair we need to do, and then we'll be applying a 2-part black epoxy that will seal this steel, and it will bond properly for many years. And then as we come around to the back, you can see we've done around the vents, and in this stronger area here, you'll notice in the flat area we didn't blast as much. We're going to be doing this with our air sanders. And then as you come into this back portion where it's really strong and double walled, we've sandblasted in here and then along this panel, and you can see how nice and clean everything looks right now. There's still some sanding we'll need to do. For example, in this panel, because it's a weaker part, we didn't want to sandblast aggressively here, so we'll be doing that by hand, and then the same thing along the ridge here. So we'll make sure we get rid of all of that residue, and then as we come down this side, basically through the window, you can see how clean it is. So we've got the back around the frame where the back window is, and then you can see this the rear section. The gas tank is in behind here, but you can see how nicely that turned out. And then once it's all cleaned in here, we'll share with you how nice the metal looks before we do some additional work. Now here's a perfect example of one of the main reasons why we should sandblast, and you can see, I'm pretty sure the camera can pick it up. These vans are notorious for pooling water and rusting along the bottom here, and you can see how much corrosion there is, and there's numerous pinholes through here. And we go all the way down. I think the camera, if it just keeps following along, you can even see there's pinholes down here. So what we'll end up doing, this is a portion where that half moon metal piece clips on to here, and then the windshield, and there's a rubber glass. So what we'll end up doing is we'll have to cut out. You can see how bad the corrosion is. It's all broken down. So basically we're going to change or cut that out from back here, and we'll replace it all the way up to here because there's just too much corrosion in the windowsills. And you can see we've gone along, and because it's stronger here around the outside, we've sandblasted where it's strong, and then we've just done it by hand in the lower sections from previous. And you can see once again the floor area here where the driver's seat goes, and then the floor area here is quite nice, and then we have more pinholes here, which is really common. So you can see this is the outer fender that meets this inner beveled part, and then the floor. So this section here, you can see there's some holes and badly corroded sections. So we'll cut this section out, we'll make a piece, we'll weld a new piece in. So just a brief update, wanted to share with you the progress on this. It's really handy when it's up in the air like this, you can get a better look at it. So we'll share with you more progress as the work continues on Eileen. This is the 1978 Volkswagen Westfalia van. I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.